again, Jen. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Today ay mag-walk through tayo kung paano i-fill out ang form I-864, which is the Affidavit of Support under Section 213A of INA. So, without further ado, guys, let's start with the video. This is the Affidavit of Support under Section 213A of the INA, which will expire on October 31st, 2021, I mean. So, yeah, let's start on the first part, part 1. It says here, type or print in black ink. Don't forget, guys, just black ink. They don't accept any other ink. So, part 1, basic for filing Affidavit of Support. I, Parker Kickel, which is my husband, which is the petitioner, I'm the sponsoring submitting this affidavit of support because 1A, I am the petitioner. I filed or am filing for the immigration of my relative, which is me. So we got married under K1 visa, so that's the one that I selected, 1A. And if you have a joint sponsor, and like for example my father-in-law, you can put it in 1D, I am the only joint sponsor. But if you have two joint sponsor, the other one can be I am the first or second of the two joint sponsor. But for here, I am just the petitioner, so this is just for my husband. Okay, next will be note, if you are filing this form as a sponsor, you must include proof of your U.S. citizenship, U.S. national status, or lawful permanent resident status. So you need to include his or her birth certificate, the petitioner's birth certificate, and all the joint sponsors' birth certificate, or any passport or proof of residency here in United States. So part 2, information about the principal immigrant, which is me, the beneficiary. So my name is Kiko Janilyn Marin. So this is already my legal married name. Okay, the next one is the mailing address. So in care of name, my husband, Parker Kiko, street number and name, so 123 Wood Drive, city or town, West Valley State, Utah, zip code, don't forget, and then the countries, so that is USA. The next one is other information. So this is still for the beneficiary or the principal immigrant. So other information, country of citizenship or nationality, I am from the Philippines, so I put Philippines, we put Philippines. And then the date of birth, my birthday, alien registration number. So again, guys, the alien registration number, you can find it in your know what to above the beneficiary name. Number 6, USCIS online account number if you have any, but I don't. I just left it blank or put none. Number 7, daylight telephone number, the beneficiary's telephone number. Part 3, information about the immigrants you are sponsoring. So right here, number 1, I am sponsoring the principal immigrant named in part 2, which is me. So if you have if he is sponsoring other immigrant like your children or other like K2s for the K1 visa, you can put it here. But I am the only sponsoring principal immigrant, so I put we put yes right here. But if it is not, it says here no applicable, only if you are sponsoring family members in part 3. So in part 3, family member, if you have the K2, your children, but we don't have any, so we put NA. But if you have your children, put your family member here, right here, all the family members. So the next one, continuation of part 3, information about the immigrants you are sponsoring. So 29, enter the total number of immigrants you are sponsoring on this affidavit, which includes the principal immigrant listed in part 2. Any immigrants listed in part 3, items number 1 to 28 and any immigrants listed for these questions in Part 11. Additional information do not count the principal immigrant if you are only sponsoring family members entering more than 6 months after the principal immigrant. So I am the only principal immigrant, so we just put 1 right there. Part 4, information about you, the sponsor. So my husband's name, this is the sponsor's name. So my husband is Kiko Parker John. So the next one is sponsor's mailing address. So in care of name, Parker Kiko, street number and address 123 Wood Drive, city or town, West Valley, state, Utah, zip code, and the country. Then the next one is your current mailing address, the same as your physical address. Yes, so we left the sponsor's physical address here blank because it's the same with the current mailing address. The next one is other information. Number 5, country of domicile. He was born here in USA, so USA. Date of birth, city or town of birth, Salt Lake, state or province of birth, Utah, and country of birth, USA. Then put your sponsor's US social security number. It is required, guys, so don't forget to put it there. And before submitting this form, make sure all of the informations are complete. Okay, citizenship or residency. 11A, he is a US citizen, so I am US citizen. Number 12, sponsor's alien number, if he has any. If he is naturalized, put his alien number, but my husband is a US citizen and he was born here, so he doesn't have any alien number, so we left it blank. Number 13, sponsor's USCIS online account number, if any. So he doesn't have any, so we left it blank as well. Number 14, I am currently on active duty in the US Armed Forces or US Coast Guard. No, he is not. My husband is not on active duty. Okay, Part 5, sponsor's household size. This is kind of tricky, guys, because here, do not count any member of your household more than once. So persons you are sponsoring in this affidavit. Number 1, provide the number you entered in Part 3, item number 29. It's just 1 because I am the only principal immigrant. And then here, persons that's sponsored in this affidavit. Number 2, yourself. He's not the sponsored. This is automatically. And then number 3, if you are currently married, enter 1 for your spouse. So I just put 1 because we're already married, but it says here persons not sponsored in this affidavit, so it's kind of tricky still. So I just put 1, and then if you have dependent children, enter the number here. So if you have children, enter your children here. If you have any other independents, enter the number here. So we don't have any, so we put 0. If you have sponsored any other persons on Form I-864 or Form I-864 EZ who are now lawful permanent resident, enter the number here. He didn't sponsor anyone before, so we put 0. Optional, if you have siblings, parents, or adult children with the same principal residence who are combining their income with yours by submitting Form I-864A, enter the number here. If you have like joint sponsor and you are living with them, you need to file the I-864A. But if not, just put 0. Number 8, add together Part 5, item number 1 to 7, and enter the number here. So household size, it's just 2. Even though if you add this one, it's gonna be 3, but the number 3 and number 1 is me, it's the same, so I just put household size 2. Part 6, sponsors employment and income. I am currently employed as a sales, and then put your employer name here if there is any, or if you have 2 employers. But if you are self-employed, just fill this one out. Okay, number 5, retired since he's not retired yet, so we left it blank. Unemployed since he is unemployed, so left it blank. Number 7, current individual annual income 35,000. So income you are using from any other person who was counted in your household size, including in certain conditions the intending immigrant. So if you have if you are the immigrant and you have income, you can put it here. If not, just put 0 like mine, because we are not yet working, so just leave it like that. And then if you have another household that is working, you can put it here, person 2, but if not, just put NA. Part 6, sponsors employment and income. So my current annual household income total all lines from part 6, item number 7, 10, 13, 16, and 19. So the part 6 is right here, this one. So if you have like any other income, you can add all those together. So but if not, like me and my husband is the only working for now, so our annual income last year is 35,000. And then 21, the people listed in item 8, 11, 14, and 17 have completed form I-864A, but this doesn't apply to us. 21, so we left it blank. Number 22, one or more of people listed in item 8, 11, 14, and 17 do not need to complete form I-864A because he or she is the intending immigrant and has no accompanying dependents. So this is me, the beneficiary, so I put my name here, and then you can put X right there, like checked it, or put X because you are the intending immigrant, because we don't need to file the I-864A, which is the other affidavit of support if you are living together on the same roof. And the next one is federal income tax return information. 23A, have you filed a federal income tax return for each of the 3 most recent tax years? Yes, my husband did. Note, you must attach a photocopy or transcript of your federal income tax return for only the most recent tax year. So that one, you need to attach the 2019, but we also attach the recent 3 years, 2019, 2018, 2017. We attach it, so I checked this one for it. And then the next one, my total income. So you need to put your total income for the past 3 years. The next one will be part 7, use of assets to supplement income. If your income or the total income for you and your household from part 6 exceeds the federal poverty guideline for your household size, you are not required to complete this part 7. Skip to part 8. So ours, you can check it online or in Google if your household size exceeds the federal poverty guideline. So in Utah, the poverty guideline is 26, 25, something like that, thousand a year. So ours exceeded, so we left this one blank. Okay, the next one will be part 8, sponsors contact statement, contact information declaration and certification, and signature. Note, read the penalties section of the form I-864 instruction before completing this part. So before signing this form, make sure to read every details one by one to understand each questions or each instructions before signing it. And then the next one is sponsor's statement. So 1A, I can read and understand English, and I have read and understand every question and instruction on this affidavit and my answer to every question. So we select this one, select 1A, and then the sponsor's contact information, mobile number, and email address. So the next one will be sponsor's declaration and certification. Read this one again, guys, don't forget, it is important to read everything. Then after reading it, just put your signature, the sponsor signature, and the date he signed it. Then the other one, the interpreter's full name will be NA if the sponsor are the one who filled this form up. So the prepares full name, if someone prepared this form for the sponsor, he or she can put his information here. That is all it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like it. Comment down below if you have a suggestions that you want me to do on my next video, and please subscribe and hit that notification bell to notify you every time I uploaded a new video. And please watch my other videos. It will be linked in my description box below. And that is all it. Thank you so much. See you next time.